What's up, everybody? Welcome to my breakdown of both episodes 1 and 2 for My Adventures with Superman that premiered this week on both Adult Swim and Max. It was a really fun start to the series and leaves us on an intriguing cliffhanger, as this will be a full spoiler review of both episodes, so you have been warned. Now let's get into the specifics on the show. We start out with a young Clark in a really cool opening sequence and a fresh way to unlock his abilities. It was so cool to see an idea of Clark just embracing who he is, but then wanting to find out all about his background. The show sees a younger trio, that being Clark, Lois, and Jimmy, as interns at the Daily Planet. Clark and Jimmy are roommates starting their first day, but Lois has been there a bit, which naturally feeds into her persona of that kind of bossy, danger-seeking reporter. I really think this show so far has nailed the trio. Everything from each individual character and the interactions between the three of them. Lois wants to run into the danger, Jimmy follows her wherever, and Clark dips away just to come back as Superman. Speaking of Clark, watching him have to walk on glass right away was hilarious, but also used brilliantly to have him and Lois meet. Ripping door handles off, smashing alarm clocks, it was all just brilliant. I think the scene at the docks with Livewire and her robots further demonstrated how much the team behind this show gets these characters. Have Lois and Jimmy stumble into danger without Clark, Clark shows up and is a klutz publicly, then Superman saves the day. It was a great way to familiarize us with the trio right off the bat in an action-packed way to end the first episode. Now let's get into episode 2. Right off the bat, I want to talk about how they're kind of slowly rolling out the backstory in the series because I love it. Much like the first episode, we got a flashback right off the bat of Clark finding out who he is at a young age. Later in the episode, he flies back to the farm after saving Lois and Jimmy in the previous episode to tell his parents all about using his powers. Also, while he's back at the farm, we see him toying around with the Kryptonian tech from when he's a kid, and we see Jor-El, who is one of the coolest designs of a character in this show so far. The entire sequence at the farm and Clark figuring out himself on top of the relationship with the Kents is just great. Not only that, but his mom helped him make his suit. I know the trunks come with controversy nowadays, but I do not care. They rule, and it was awesome to see a scene with his parents seeing him in his suit and everything that came along with it. He hears Lois calling for help after her and Jimmy get into more trouble, and he's off to the races to save the day once again. I mentioned her briefly while talking about episode 1, but Livewire, she's pretty cool in this series. Her character design and visual representation of her powers are just so damn cool. Much like the entire show, I mean seriously, the visuals and designs in this show are off the charts. The only thing I don't like is that damn House of L logo that's all weird, but everything else is so cool, I don't even care about it. The episode ends with the introduction of Amanda Waller and all of her dirty work over at Argus as they interrogate Livewire. I can't wait to see the interactions between Waller and Superman. Now look, I'm no anime geek, I don't know all the different artists and all the different styles, but what I do know is when something looks cool, and this show looks really fucking cool. The visuals were stunning, the story was engaging, and the characters were spot on. I think this is going to turn out to be a really fun show, but as always, I want to know what you guys thought about the episode, so let me know down in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any coverage for the show, and make sure you have a great day.